Hello friends, and welcome to Escaping the Mouse with your host, me, Breck Roll. Alright, we got a little bit more we're going to do with the new planter area. Let me show you where we are. A lot's happened in here since we last talked about this. I've got all of the dirt at the bottom end of the planter area now transported to the back end because I need to have it all below dirt level ground here so I can start laser lining up the bricks that are going to go around here. I've decided that I'm going to start off here, and we're going to set the concrete at the end of this path as the height that's going to be the standard for the whole thing all the way around. I originally thought I'd start down here at the bottom end, but it seemed to me that would make more sense to kind of line everything up with the sidewalk, because this is going to be the kind of way people come into it, and if everything looks lined up here, I think it'll just kind of make the thing look really good. So like I said, I've got everything, all the dirt moved to the back here. That took quite a bit of time. I found a tree stump here, and so I ended up burning that out, or at least got it to the point where it's not going to be an issue anymore. I also did find out that all this plumbing in here is nothing. Apparently this is part of the old sprinkler system before the pool was here, and rather than remove it all together, they just cut it off at one point and left it in the ground. So when I was excavating here, I got to the end here and it's like, oh, there we go, there's the end of it. So we know that's good. So all of this gets to go. I've dug out these anti-siphon valves here, and so they all can go. I'm pretty sure that one there, which goes all the way back there, can go. I'm not sure about this one. I think this one might be an active sprinkler head, so I might have to leave that one there. But I can always cut this off here, and then I can pull all of that out. And so that's going to make that a lot neater. It's good to know what's under here, because, if this is something that was important, I think I would have discovered it by now. But if it is important, I got to keep it active, and in many cases repair it after what I did with the rototiller. So fortunately, it isn't anything. So we're going to pull all of this out, and that's good. And I think next thing I got to do is I got to get some bricks over here. And so I'm going to hook up to the trailer. We're going to run over to Home Depot, and we're going to get a trailer load of bricks for now. We're not going to get all that we need because, this is going to probably take, I don't know. I haven't decided exactly, but it's probably going to be 300, 400, 500 of these bricks. I don't know. That's why I'm going to buy a little bit at a time. But if I were to get like 50 of them, I think the trailer can handle that, and that should allow me to go quite a ways around here. And setting up the first level, that's going to be the part that's going to take a long time anyway, because everyone's got to be put in exactly the right place at the exact same height, at the exact same level. And if we don't do that, if we don't get that done right on the first level, the whole rest of the thing's going to look horrible. I'm also tempting the weather a little bit because there's the possibility of rain, so this whole project may get canceled today. Alright, I'm back from Home Depot. I ended up with getting 40 of these retaining wall stones. I figured that'll be a good start. The trailer itself is kind of rated for a little over 1,500 pounds. These things weigh about 22 pounds a piece. So I wanted to play it safe, especially considering I'm pulling it with a passenger car. And so I'd elected to limit it to about 1,000 pounds. And I figured I could put 44 of these bricks in the trailer for 1,000 pounds, and decided to go with 40, so I'm well under that. So we're home safely. Now all I gotta do is lug these things to the backyard. All right, 20 minutes later, we got them all moved into the backyard, and I'll tell you, this is only 40 bricks, but I'm exhausted. Can you imagine? I gotta do this like 400 times more. Yeah, now you know I'm spreading this out over a long period of time. A little bit at a time. That's the way you're gonna do it. Slow and steady wins the race. And as I said before, these initial stones are going to be the ones that are going to take the most time, because this is going to be the first stone that everything else is going to be set upon it. And if these are not perfectly level, what goes on top won't be either. So, it's going to take a long time to get around just once. But once we get that done, then it's just a matter of as quick as we can bring them in here. And then it'll go together really quickly. So, I'm going to start off with that. I think probably the first thing I'm going to do after recovering a little bit from that ordeal inside with a nice cold drink or something is I'm going to pull all this junk out. I also want to dig around the center pole a little bit, because it isn't just a matter of getting the bricks level. They also have to be a perfect circle from the center point, which is what this pole is. This pole was put in the ground first thing when before I started excavating anything in here, because that is what the entire, that's the center point of the whole thing. It's all based on that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tie like a piece of cord around there, and the edge will be out here where the back side of the brick will be, and that will be how we place the brick this way. And then all I gotta do is get it level and flat. And so that's like I said, it's going to be a pain in the neck right at the beginning, because it's going to take a long time to get that done. But once we're done, it'll go together pretty quick. I also have an advantage, and is that a lot of the material I have to work with here, this dirt, was this kind of sandy material that they put at the bottom of the pool to provide a smooth surface, so you didn't have little rocks and pebbles and stuff like that poking their way through the liner. And a lot of this stuff, I really like it. It's really dense, really smooth, and it compacts really well. So this is going to be the base upon which we put all of our initial bricks on there to get everything nice and flat. And I think the task should go together pretty easy. But before we go any further on that, let's get rid of all of this stuff that we don't need, because this can all come out of here now. I basically just cut it off right here. I don't know, I'm going to see where it goes. It may be one of those things that just dead ends here like it did over there. I don't know. And of course it goes to the back of the yard, so I'm guessing it probably dead ends back there too, although they may not have even cut it off back there. So I don't know, this is all going to be a little adventure here. I've learned a lot about how they do all this stuff, but this is all loose now, so this is all coming out, and we'll get rid of that. All right, looks a lot better with that all out of here now, doesn't it? I actually don't think there is an anti-siphon valve here now that I look more at it. It looks like it was just a right angle where the plumbing was, and the reason it looked like there was an anti-siphon valve is that there was a piece of wire sticking out of the ground. And usually that's what there was on the end of each of the valves that were here. In fact, you can even see some of the wires still in the ground here. But yeah, I don't think there was anything there. I think just a big nasty root from probably this tree that's right there. So we're not going to interfere too much with that. I think I'm going to probably end up leaving this in the ground, because I don't have any evidence that this is inactive. And since it doesn't seem like it's going to be in the way of anything, no sense in moving it and risking something. I suspect it maybe has something to do with that sprinkler head right there, but who knows. Looks like there's two of them down there, so it's going different places. So whatever, I'm not going to mess with that one. Not really sure about this one here. I know I still have a leak on the one underneath it, so I got to figure out if the top one is good or doing anything. And if it is, then I'm going to have to probably cut that one off, fix the one beneath it, and then fix the one on top of it. So yeah, that's what we definitely got to do, because there's no way to get to that one on the underside there without damaging the one on top of it. So that's just what's going to have to happen. All right, a couple hours have passed by, and yeah, I haven't made a whole lot of progress, but we got a couple of bricks in generally the right place. I'm going to let these kind of sit a little bit and see how they settle over time. They shouldn't settle that much, because like I said, the soil that I'm using to kind of level everything out is very soft and very dense and very not a lot of air in it. And so you kind of compress it down, and it should be good for a while. But like I said, I've only gotten 3 in a couple hours now. I got to admit, a little bit of it was I had to do a little prep work. I wanted to dig out around the center point over there, bring a little dirt over here, kind of get all the plumbing out of the way here, because I basically have cut everything else out here now, at least as far as I know of what's there. I tried digging a little bit of hole here because I couldn't get the laser level far enough or close enough to the ground because of the tripod I had, so I had to actually bury the tripod a little bit in order to get it down close enough to ground. But we're getting there, and this is just going to be an ongoing project that will probably take a few months for me to get finished, because if I'm only doing a few bricks a day, it's going to take a long time to go all the way around this. But you know what? This isn't a sprint, it's a marathon, and it will be worth it when it's done, and we'll go from there. So anyway, I think that's all that I have for today. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you next time on Skipping the Mouse. Good night.